Hey everyone, we were facing some issues with the Jenkins, right? In the previous video, when we were actually exploring the dashboard, we saw that there is some slowness in Jenkins. And I was also wondering, like, what might be the reason? Like, is it due to the instance type? So I changed my instance type to M7i Flex Large. But again, that was not the issue because whenever you are trying to install Jenkins, at the very first time, it will run very much smooth. But what will happen when you stop it and restart it again? Will it work the same? Well, definitely not. I can give you the proof once again. So let me just copy the IP, and when I go to port number 8080, okay, this will take time to load. However, the actual behavior of Jenkins is not like this. Okay, so what might be the reason? So I was thinking, and then I just used Chat GPT and Grok. I was just trying to troubleshoot the issue. Then I came to know, okay, there is one issue that might be a point of concern. Now, if you remember, every time what we are doing is we are going to copy the public IP and then we paste it on the browser with port number 8080. See, port number 8080 is already exposed in security groups. But what about the IP? Are we using the same IP? No, the answer is no. Why? Because every time we restart our instance, we get a new public IP. So that was the reason which we troubled out. So, so if you see the page is still loading, it will take 30 to 40 seconds, and we actually cannot wait for that long time. So there are two solutions for it. Either you use a elastic IP, or second, there is a configuration that you need to change every time. So what is that configuration? So for that, let me take SSH for this instance. I'll just copy the key and let me just do it via sudo. Okay, all right. Okay, now if I can show you systemctl status Jenkins, you can see it is up and running and there is no issue in it. But the actual issue is with some file. Okay, so we just need to go inside cd. Okay, we have something called where all the variables are being stored, lib Jenkins. And under this, we have something called Jenkins model, Jenkins location configuration.xml. So this is the file where we have to actually make the changes so that our Jenkins will run faster. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just open it using the Vim browser. Okay, and here if you can see, here you can see there is an IP address which is present, and here it is saying that it is the Jenkins URL. Now, the thing is, when you're working in a corporate, you will definitely get one IP address. So let's say if you're working in Delta Corp, so it would be delta corp dot in, right? And here the Jenkins URL will be https at deltacorp.in or deltacorp.jenkins.io or something, right? But here, since we are dealing with an IP, there are two options: either to add a elastic IP. Okay, now what is an elastic IP? Elastic IP is an IP address that is not changed even after you restart your instance. However, since you're using an elastic IP, you're reserving one IP for yourself. So for that, you have to pay extra to the AWS. But since here we are dealing with free tier account, we don't want to pay much. We will be using the IP which is getting changed every time. So what I'm going to do is let me just clear the IP which is currently present and no changes will be made apart from that. Okay. So let me just clear it and let me go back to the instances. And here in the instances, let me copy the current IP. And when I paste it, it will look something like this. And here it is http colon slash slash followed by the IP address. Okay, so this is the same IP address which we are actually entering in the URL. Okay, escape colon WQ. And then since we updated a configuration file, okay, we have to restart the service. Now it's not just about Jenkins, it's about all the service. So whenever you are updating any configuration file, you have to restart the service. So in order to restart the service, just write systemctl restart Jenkins. Now, what it will do, it will restart the service. It will take some time, and then when the Jenkins is restarted, then you can see the Jenkins is actually working faster than earlier. Okay, let me just check the current status. So, in order to check the status, we have a command system ctl status Jenkins. All right. Now here it gave a green signal that okay, your application is up and running, and there is no need to worry. Everything is fine. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'll again go back to this page. Okay. We are going to do a refresh. Earlier it literally took some time, but this time it is loading faster. Now how do I believe you? So I have to actually show you the dashboard, then only you will believe me. So let me just enter the username, and here I'll type the password. Okay. And here we are actually signing in. Okay, so now as compared to the previous video, if you remember, the dashboard is actually loading faster. So what is the root cause of it? So basically, every time we were hitting on the IP, it was just connecting to the configuration file. Okay, which configuration file? It is basically searching in the model Jenkins location configuration file, and it was actually checking. Let me just do the cat. Okay, cat Jenkins model configuration file. So it was going to this Jenkins URL and it was checking the IP. But since during the installation time the IP was different, and after the restart of the Jenkins of the virtual machine, the IP got changed. It was actually redirecting it to the new one. So that was the issue. It was loading very slow. Okay. Now since we made the configuration changes, now it will work fine. Okay. Now I'll click on build history, which I was about to show you in the previous one. So yeah, now you can see it is working fine as it is supposed to. Okay, even if I go to user section, I can show you everything. So it is working as fine as it is expected to be. Okay, if I go to my view, I will be able to show see my view. I can even go here and create a job. And as promised, in the next video, definitely we are going to create one freestyle project where you are going to create your first job, and definitely you are going to enjoy it. So basically, yeah, that was one configuration change that you have to make whenever you are dealing with Jenkins. Okay, this is a troubleshooting thing that you have to keep in mind. So whenever Jenkins is running slow, there might be multiple options. There might be multiple reasons, right? So see here, right now the dark mode is also working fine. Okay, and yeah, so something is running slow. There might be multiple issues. Okay, so firstly, it can be due to space. I checked this space now. Since it was a new instance, there is no chance that there might be an issue with the storage, right? Then what can be the some another issue? Then we came to know that okay, the IP is getting changed every time. So is there any configuration file which is actually referring for in order to load this? Yeah, then yes, we came to know that this location configuration file is actually creating the trouble. So what we did, we actually changed the IP address and things are good for us, right? So I hope you like this troubleshooting step and your Jenkins is running as smooth as it is supposed to. Okay. If you are facing any issue apart from these, please let me know. I'll definitely help you out. So let me see you in the next video where we are going to actually create our first freestyle job. All right. So that was all, and I will see you in the next one.